Hey, what's going on, people? Let me get this down where y'all can see me. And of course, we have our famous light up here that's going to be in the way all night. But that's okay. Y'all probably getting used to that nowadays. What's going on, Dads? Lucas, how y'all doing, man? What's happening? What's happening, folks? Sorry, I'm trying to get chat up really quick. Wolf in the hen house. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Well, Miss Christy, Michael. There's little Debbie Nixon. Chilling in Denver Yard, nothing wrong with that. It's a good place to park. How you doing, Curtis? Curtis, when you coming to Prime? Yeah, hell, that was pretty funny that night. Cliff, that's what I heard from a friend of mine. Hey, how's it going, Crispy? What's happening, brother? What's going on, Mac? So Crispy had dinner with me and Josh Derwitz the other night, the three of us. It was a good time. It was good to meet him. Oh, that Michigan over there in South Carolina? Yeah. What's going on, Danny? Yeah, right? It's always Greg. Yeah, happy Friday. TGIF, right? Unless you're at Tyson, like me. So I'm sitting at another Tyson plant now. The CDC said to stop vape. Did they really? No way, Hale. Did they? I just fixed my vape. Shit, I guess that means they're gonna light a cigarette. That's why I rolled this window down anyhow so I can smoke. That freaking light up there kills me. Well, I got the duct tape handy though. We can take care of it. The other half of that statement is THC juices. All right, that makes more sense. I know they're having an issue with the THC juices. See if we can cut that light down a little bit. That's right, fixture upper right here. There we go. That looks a little better now, I think. Whew. Does that help any? I'm trying to get it where we still got light. No, that's gonna be too much, ain't it? This will just have to do. Alright, Nashville going to Russell yesterday. Curtis, I did go through Nashville yesterday evening. I did about 7 o'clock last night. So I was through Nashville. The THC black market, yeah. It's pretty bad. Yeah, Victor, I used to go to Rogers all the time. I was on KLM Tyson Dedicated. I spent a lot of time in Rogers. Emily's headed to Russellville. Emily, that's where I'm at. I'm at Russellville. Smoke them if you got them. Yeah, no problem, Frank. Chow was up at my house this week, running construction gauntlet. Yeah. I'm in the same truck stop as you. Oh, you are? Because I'm not in the truck stop, Leia. All right. Fort Worth, that's a good run, Wesley. Yeah, that's a little bit of driving today. Woohoo! Race fans over there waiting for his trainer. They didn't give you a pad trainer, man? You're in the red Volvo? Oh, red Volvo. I don't see a red Volvo. I don't see one. I'm at Tyson, Russellville. I'm at the distribution center. Locked my doors for real. For real. Look behind you. Be looking all around. Be looking everywhere. Where you at? Oh, you're parked 3 trucks down? Oh, you might be. Let's see. 1, 2. It's all Freightliners over there. It's a white ball, but 2 white Volvos. I can't see the 3rd spot over here on the other side, though. That wasn't it. Yeah, but race fan, are they gonna do everything with you, backing and everything, road test and all, or are they actually sending you out with a trainer when they find one for you? Well, I mean, I had I met 3 drivers here today. There was 3 prime drivers here I met today. Had chat with them. One of them had a pretty good long chat with. He's a fairly new lease driver. He inspired the end part of the Cluckin' Nightmare Load video. Me and him were talking. Yeah, Wesley, you got to come with your permit now. So come with your permit, guys. Come with your permit. What's going on, Booty O'Brien? You picking up over at Rogers, Jockus? I think Jacob's picking up over there too. Hey, Bag, any words on Toast Trucking to be training with Chad Rich? Me personally, I know what I've been told, but it's not my place to talk about it, so you have to ask one of them. Who's going to be the call-in guest? Probably no call-in guest tonight because the phone is dead and I can't find the charger for that phone. No, Joe, they do not have those anymore that I've seen. They might have some of those on dedicated somewhere, but I've never hauled one. That's what I know so far. So, I got here at 6:30. Can't leave till 5. There you go, Rowdy. That sounds about right. Yeah, Wesley, that happened a lot. It happened to a lot of PSD students. It was a mess. Wow, race fan, that's brand new. That's brand new. What's going on, Richard? Holy crap, Richard's in here before Swade. What the heck is going on tonight? Is it full moon? Must be a full moon. Emily's in witness protection. Oh, you're riding outside. Woo! Hey, swinging meat ain't no joke. I hauled some of that with FFE into New York, and it was no fun. It was no fun. That's for sure. That stuff gets to rocking. It's worse than liquid. I don't even want this cigarette. I'm gonna roll this window up. I do not like the current lighting situation in here. So let's roll this up. I've got the curtain open on this side. And we're gonna turn. I'm working. I'm in Russellville at Tyson. I'm working. There we go. There's some light. I can just do that. I I just turn the key back, turn all the radio on and everything. I'll light it up in here. Rock Springs, Wyoming. There's always something going on up there on 80. There's a bag wreck. That'd be a bad wreck, but a bag wreck it may be tonight because you're in Bags World. No, I'm just kidding. That worked out though. Emily's being a smart ass. Larry, yes, you should get a trainer at the end and start training. Yeah, I was smoking. I was. Joke flop. Yeah, joke flop. Joke flop. No, guys. So I had one load of chicken I got rid of today, and I'm gonna get another load of chicken in the morning, and I'm gonna head back east. That is the goal, anyhow. We'll see how it works out, but that is the goal. Point this down a little bit, guys. Oh shit! I'm like throwing shit around over here like it's nothing. Mike, the reason is people who don't have the experience, they don't want to just stick them right into TNT where you have a trainer in the bed sleeping and not sitting up front with them. That's why they do a PSD phase. Now, I will tell you the testing out and stuff, if you already have your CDL, is way different. Robert, I don't know about that. How much did you have to pay as an administrative fee? That will answer the question. So that kind of, what's going on, Will? Oh, that one hurt. That hurt. Okay, then yeah, that may be what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know. Now, if you paid $100, like Chris did, that's what my brother had to pay, and then he had to pay his permit out of his pocket. Slightly. I don't know about that whole slightly comment. It just depends. Oh, so you are okay. Well, that's different, Wesley. That's different if they're, yeah, for the students who already paid for the Missouri permit, they may be reimbursing them for their home state. I don't know. I don't currently have a student, so I'm not sure what that process is. I just know students coming in will have to have a permit for their home state. I do know that. I'm gonna get the score up here in front of me so I can see what's going on in the ball game. Oh gosh. Oh man. I sense a little sarcasm in that. All right, Christy, you'll hear back from him if you didn't already. Dan here, do you have to have a permit? Mr. Pug, yes you do. Yes, Dan, you do. All right, Lone Star, have a good night, buddy. I'm watching the score. The score's right down here in front of me. Yeah, it's pretty crappy. I was listening to it, but now I'm live. Where's David been? David's been working. David's on the night shift, so he's like sleeping during the day and working at night. That's what's going on. Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Ain't nothing to be scared about. He's recovering. Yeah, it was pretty rough weekend. But no, he's been driving at night and sleeping during the day. That's why y'all haven't seen David. So that's why he hasn't been doing his late nights or anything like that, because he's been in bed. He's been in bed. No, my bed's never made. My bed ain't made unless I'm picking a student up. And then the first time they get in my truck, it's spotless and the bed's made. After that, yeah, Lucas, I did too. I've been running till like between 9 and 11 at night, Eastern time, every night. But today I took exactly a 10-hour break, jumped up, and took off driving so I could get done early. No, David's probably driving right now. he ain't sleeping. Yeah, he's probably driving. We'll go with that. He's driving. David's a nut. Like it but hate it. Joe, that was a fake video, by the way. Yeah, nights, less traffic. Yep. Yeah, you can hit old Fly Helos up there on Instagram. Always ready to answer your questions. DPG, I don't know the answer. That'd be a question for a flatbedder. Maybe for Josh Keaty. Josh Keaty's starting to do. He's a prime flatbedder. He's going to start doing YouTube for the flatbed division. He's in the flatbed division. He's going to start doing YouTube. And hopefully those are some of the questions that he'll be able to answer on his channel as far as like how flatbed's doing. Especially for him. He came through the training program, I think he started last winter. He went to dinner with me and Stefan. So that would have been like February that he was here. So I don't know. He might have, Frosty. He might have. But it's Joshua Keedy. Keedy. Let me tell you, Kurtz, it's a blast. It reminds me of my KLM dedicated days. That's for sure. I haven't needed a GPS or even to look nothing up in 3 days. I remember all these plants are. I used to know the address to Wilkesboro by heart. It's like, I think it's 103 Factory Road. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's 103 Factory Road over there in Wilkesboro. But now this one here, man, this used to be like, I spend as much time here at this TVDC as I do in Springfield. David said, Lucas, I don't own a GPS, but I have the navigation on the Qualcomm. So I do have the navigation on the Qualcomm, but I don't own a GPS. I do not. I did put the dash cam up today, right there, so I can start getting some road footage again. It's been a while since I gave y'all any road footage, so I'm going to start doing that again. I got the dash cam up. It's ready. Now I'm going to let you down. Where were you going, Greg? That's shocking, honestly. Oh, it's Jason. What's going on, man? So Jason here, he may be my next student. Maybe. We'll see. But Jason starts orientation on Sunday. That's right. You noticed that, didn't you? It's not in the path of the windshield wipers. You got that right. It's right in the middle. Well, I mean, look, I use the Qualcomm navigation, guys, but I still use common sense, right? I mean, that's key. You still got to use common sense. Just remember, Jason, properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts, buddy. Get it in the brain. Most days, yes, I have common sense. Not always, but most days. With 8 large rocks, it brought me to the wrong part of the development. Ooh, Greg, did you go to Robert Lowe's house? I bet you did. You probably didn't even know it. All right, race fan, have a good night, buddy. Good luck. Yes, not leaking. Yes, but at both ends. Yeah, that's where you went, was Rob's house? Yeah. Old Uncle Rob. Race fan will be fine. He's at Salt Lake Orientation. Yeah. Yeah. The guest house is spectacular at it. Hello, hey, Stephanie's on her way back tomorrow, right, Stephanie? I think Stephanie's on her way back to Prime. I think she heads out tomorrow. Good deal. So Stephanie will be there next week. I'm not a Bears fan, Jason. My brother is, but I am not. I am not. I'm a baseball fan. I am a Cubs fan, but they're getting their butts kicked tonight too. By Milwaukee. So Jason, you already have your permit then, right? Chris has got another week till orientation. PMS, ABC, CBB. That's all you got to remember. All right, Emily, have a good night. All right, good deal, Jason. Good deal. Yeah, you got to get back to work. Can't sit around the house forever. What did Kelly say? He's got to go back through what? Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, CL, I am. Yeah, the weight is continuing to fall off. I will just tell you guys, I am not. I have took my own path. I am not following the driver health and fitness program anymore, mainly because it has no structure after 8 weeks. Like, it has no structure after 8 weeks. So you really have to kind of do your own thing, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm continuing to do my own thing, but I'm keeping up with it. I'm still doing my workouts, but now I'm intermediate fasting. Oh, Stephanie, that sucks. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Cracked, bent, and broken. Yeah, that's my body. Cracked, bent, or broken. I hope I don't have to pass a pre-trip, because I am definitely cracked, bent, and broken. No doubt about it. CL, I don't know what that means. So, All right. For those of you who don't know, in like, I don't know, April of 2006 or 2016. So in April 2016, about 3.5 years ago, I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was 256 pounds. And I had never been that big. And my brother, I met up with my brother because my brother's a physician. All right, he's a physician's assistant. Let me get it right. He's a physician's assistant for the military, or was with the military. Now he's with the VA. Some of you already know that. But my brother is a physician's assistant. He was in the military. He was at Fort Riley, Kansas, and we met over there at the truck stop by the Walmart, right off of 70, not far from Fort Riley, because I was having some blood pressure issues. He's the one who put me on the blood pressure medication, but when he saw me, he had a conniption fit because I had let myself go to that point. So he was doing intermediate fasting at the time. He still is to this day. But he was on it then, and he convinced me to do it. And that was in, like, I don't know, I guess I really started it in probably June. Maybe before that, but we'll just say June. And by the time I came to Prime in February, I was down to 196 pounds, or 193 pounds, I'm sorry. So I lost 63 pounds in those 7 months or 8 months, whatever it was, 9 months. I lost 63 pounds. And it worked for me. So, you know, here at Prime, I got back up to 210. I gained 17 pounds while working here at Prime, and got on the Driver Health and Fitness. So my last weigh-in, which was Sunday morning, I was 197 pounds. So I am going down, and we'll just see what happens. But now you know, there literally is no structure after 8 weeks with Driver Health and Fitness. He just says, every time you go to get in the truck, do 4 minutes of some kind of workout. Well, I'm a very structural person, right? You know, if I could do health and fitness without structure, I never would have joined Driver Health and Fitness. So, in order for me to be successful in any kind of fitness or health or diet plan, I need structure to it. I've always been like that when it comes to health and diet. I need structure. And so when he stopped doing that, I called my brother and started doing intermediate fasting. Intermediate, whatever it is, Joe, depends on who you ask. Now, when I did it before, I fasted for 16 hours a day. And I ate for 8. You know, pretty much anything I wanted in that 8-hour period, I ate. I lost a lot of weight. But this time I'm fasting 18 hours a day. So I am only consuming calories right now between noon and 6 p.m. Central. That's it. It's the only time I'm eating. It's the only time I'm consuming calories. All right. Still crushing the ab wheel. Yes, I still do the ab wheel. I still do my push-ups. I still do my squats. I still do my sit-ups. You know, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, Frosty, that's up to me. Yes. So Danny is right. It is so much harder when you're team driving to get some structure in it, because your schedules change so much. It's just not that easy. I'm trying, thank you. I'm trying. But I let it go for a little while. Oh, Curtis is knocking out of the park. 81-pound loss. Very nice, Curtis, in a year. That's good stuff. Yeah, Jason, there's just enough room to do it in the truck. Just enough room for the ab wheel in the truck. At least it is for me, and I'm 5'11". What's up, Fatty 2x4? I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's been in many lives without you. No way. Debbie, no way. There's no way. There's no way Debbie weighed 258 pounds. Debbie, I call bull on that. No way. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't understand. There's no way. Let me show y'all something. Let me turn the light down on this. I'm going to show y'all something. Debbie's saying she weighed 258 pounds. This is Debbie. That's Debbie. How the heck did you weigh 258 pounds? You're tiny. She's a little bitty thing. That's pretty funny. Nice, Frosty, nice. Oh, you're on home time for the holidays? Yeah. All right. Night, Steph. Welcome back. Tell Mr. Mikey Mike I said hello. It's pretty funny. Hips. Debbie used to have hips. So Stephanie's leaving out tomorrow. Nice. That's pretty funny. So, Fly Helos, which is Danny, and her husband Mike are two of the people I hung out with over the weekend in Springfield. And we had a blast. We had a blast. It was a good time. What she actually has, I don't think she does YouTube, but she does Instagram. What is it? Danny Does Driving. Danny Does Driving. Stephanie, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine, darling. It does suck you got to do 50, though. It does suck you got to do 50K. I don't, 50,000 is a lot of miles. 50,000 is a lot. So I have been, I've been thinking about it pretty hard. I'm going to tell you, I am going to TNT a student very soon. I just don't know how soon. I don't know if it's going to be the next student. I don't know if it's going to be the one after. But one's coming. One is coming. Got fired. I'm going to TNT somebody. No, I mean, I want an infusion of cash. That's all. Basically, I want to abuse one of my students to make some money off of them. No, I want a quick infusion of cash. Cash on hand is running low. So, yeah, I'm gonna TNT one. I just see. I'm trying to be smart about it though, because I'm gonna go. So when I do TNT a student, I'm going to every couple weeks take 2 days off in Springfield. So I got to be strategic about what student I get, what student I decide to TNT. So Curtis lives in Springfield and will be coming to Prime next month. So, maybe I wait for that, or maybe I don't. Stefan, I don't know. You might be. Honestly, Stefan, you might be. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about, Jason. That's pretty funny, Jason. Stefan, I think Stefan has the knowledge, definitely, because y'all know Stefan drove a truck before Prime. He taught me how to chain a truck, right? I never used chains before. Stefan showed me how to put my tire chains on in the snow in Montana this past winter when he was my student. Mac, that doesn't start until February. Like Stefan will make the cutoff. He'll be able to train if he chooses to do that. As long as when he's ready, he goes ahead and takes the classes. Takes that week-long class. Then he'll be good. He'll be certified to train. He'll be good. He'll get grandfathered in when that new stuff takes effect next year. Yes, Christy, he did. Derek, I might. It just depends. See, so I want to try this where I'm taking a couple days off every couple weeks, and I want to see how that works for me doing TNT. I think it may work out pretty well. Correct, Frosty. Yeah, correct. Now here's the thing though. So if we're taking, let's say we do 3 weeks. All right. Well, not quite 3 weeks, but 19 days at a time. All right. So we're taking 2 days off every 19. So if we average 800 miles a day for those 19 days, that's 15,000 miles, let's just say, every 19 days. If we can average 800 miles. So you're talking about you're talking about probably 19 is 57. That's only 45. You're talking 76 plus 6. You're talking 82 days. So let's just call it 84 days. That's 12 weeks. So my students would have to understand, if I TNT them, they're looking at 12 weeks till they have their 50,000, because we're going to take basically a week off total. What do you mean, Lucas? How? What do you mean? Oh, you're going to be on the bus, Stephanie, the whole night? Watch it on your phone. Oh, listen to it. Let me see what I'm trying to figure out what Lucas is thinking when he asked how. Oh, that's interesting, heavy metal. That's very interesting. Correct, CL. 12 weeks to do the 50,000. Lucas, I would go back to Springfield. So my student, if they lived in Springfield or within a couple hours, would drive home or go home. Or if they didn't and they wanted to do it, they would just stay in the hotel. They could just stay at campus. I think she's leaving out of Alabama. Oh, she's in New Mexico. Derek, it is. It gets very tight in here for two people. And man, it's not Taco Tuesday. So me and Chad Rich talked about this. We've been talking about this for a while. And it's a little easier for Chad Rich because he lives like 2 hours from Springfield. So he can just bring his student back, drop him off, and go home. For me, it wouldn't work like that, unfortunately. I would bring him into Springfield, put him in the hotel, or they would go home, and then I would just stay in Hotel Peterbilt. Tacos. How are some of the recruiters? I mean, recruiters are recruiters. Lucas, yeah, to keep from getting on each other's nerves, going stir crazy, get out of the truck, get away from each other for a day or two. The Oasis is always a fun live. The Oasis is always a fun live. That's for sure. I mean, I think it just helps with a lot of stuff. Don't train with your spouse, tip number 1. I'm going to tell you, every married couple I've talked to that have done TNT together, they want to kill each other or get divorced by the end. No. My student, no. So, we would use, that's one reason I would use Springfield, because we used a company hotel, therefore there's no fee. They wouldn't have to pay for that. They don't have to pay for that. And if they stay at the company hotel for the 2 days, they get paid as if they worked all week, because I'm the one choosing to stop. The only time they wouldn't get paid is if they go home, or say their wife comes in and they go to another hotel or something. That would be different. Oh yeah. Bags ain't getting in trouble. Lock my trainer in a reefer. There you go. About to get mine in my truck, picking her up to Springfield tomorrow. All right, Ian, good luck. First student, huh? Yeah, North Star Grill's all right. Oh, he's picking his wife up. Roughly 13 weeks if you do 19 days. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Curtis. 12, 13 weeks. Yeah, it's a long time. I agree, Rick. It's a long time. It's a long time. But I can tell you this. I can tell you this about my students when they leave TNT after 13 weeks. They're going to be ready. They will be ready. They will at least have the knowledge they need. Right? I mean, even on the 30,000, I tried to give them everything they needed. It didn't always work out, because you don't always run into every single predicament when you're training. I've had students where I never blew a tire with, or had to have a tire replaced, or had to have road service for anything. All right. And then I've had other students where we had 3, 4, 5 times when we were getting trailers worked on. What's going on, David? So it just depends. Yeah. Well, that's what the brake is for. That's what the brake is for, so you don't have that issue. But you know, look, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with at least one student for an infusion of cash. Cash on hand is getting low, so I'm gonna definitely do a student in the very near future, just to build up some cash reserves again, and then see how it goes. And with that new schedule, if I like it and everything seems to work good, hey, I'm all about it. Correct, Jason. That's the thing. I mean, I hadn't thought about doing Pittston for a time or two. I trained for 5 months. Correct. You got to experience winter with a trainer. Hey, there's a lot of fleet managers that almost require their students to stay on the truck through winter. Some of them just prefer to do that. You know, my brother got off my truck in December, and then Cedric got off my truck in January, because Cedric was already 15,000 into his 30 when I picked him up at Christmas. And my brother did his first winter, and he had some sticky moments. He'll tell you. He'll be the first to tell you. He ran into some weather up north, man. It was no joke. It was no fun. But he got through it. He got through it. Everything you can think of. Right? Yeah, versus that happens sometimes. Hey, it happens sometimes. It just all depends. It just all depends on what you run into. It just all depends. Are me and my brother closer since I trained him? We talk more than we used to. I'll be honest with you. Me and my brother. So I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. Okay, and some of us are really, really social with each other. Now, I'm social with you all. Like if I run into you out here, I see you at the terminal or whatever. But I'm not very close with my family. And I think it's just because of how we were raised. And I won't get into all that, but I think it's just because of how we were raised. Me and my brother went a long time without really communicating with each other. And since then, yeah, we still don't communicate a lot, but we do communicate with each other. Like he texts me tonight, and I text him back, you know, I mean. I'm taking on my first winter solo, kind of nervous about it. Lucas, here's always been my theory on it, right? If you are clogging up traffic, you probably shouldn't be driving. But if you are moving along at a pretty decent speed, you don't have a big old line behind you, and you feel safe, keep going. It's just however you feel. Lone Star. That's pretty funny. If I ever got caught in some bad winter, things got sketchy. Yeah, Jason. Oh yeah, me and Stefan caught about every winter storm this past winter. I swear, if it was snowing, me and Stefan were in it. I mean, it was bad. We were stuck in Montana for a week. It was bad. It was bad. So yeah, I've had some sketchy situations. If you go back this past winter and look at some of my videos, you can see it. My husband trained me through PSD and TNT twice, strangling the boy so many times. Poor Mike. Yeah, see, so look at Debbie stayed with her trainer 43,000 miles, so when you had to do 30. And that's back when you could come in at 30. No, poor Mike. Versus me and Stefan were too. We come up, we left out of Prime, we made it all the way up north of Omaha and got stuck. So we got stuck there for a day. Then we took off. We got up to Iowa, got across, or up to South Dakota, got across. We were running 90. And we started getting stuck in Montana. And we got hung up Montana a lot. Samson, I got your email. And I have an opinion on that. And I will email it to you. But it's just my opinion. So I don't know. I don't know what that means as far as what companies will think, but I know what I think. And I think you'll do just fine. That's my opinion, though. Mike stayed with his trainer for 3 months. The last I did, yeah, it was pretty bad in Blizzard. I'm going to be honest with you. No, we were not stuck on the side of the road. I always make it to a truck stop. it was like Brokeback Mountain stuck. Stefan, you ain't right. You ain't right. No, we were always at a truck stop. We were always, look, I always pretty smart enough to get parking before it gets to the point where I can't go any further. So that's one thing I always try to do. I try to stop early enough that I can get parking. I prefer to park, Derek. The one time we put chains on, Stefan taught me how to put chains on, was simply to get out of a rest area, to get on the road. So we were stuck in a rest area. We weren't the only ones either. There was multiple trucks stuck that morning. We put 2 chains on, one on each side on the drive line, got out of the parking spot, popped the chains off, threw them in the box, and we took off. We were gone. Yeah, it does. Yeah, hey, Debbie, that's probably the same time we were there. That's about the right timing for us. End of February sounds about right. Oh, Suede's finally awake. So am I worried about this winter? I'm not. I'm going to approach it like I always do. I'm going to drive until I feel unsafe, and then I'm going to park. And when I feel unsafe a lot faster than other people, usually. No, you do not get penalized, Dan, for shutting down for weather. As long as it's legitimate, right? So if you tell them, hey, I can't go anywhere, there's ice, snow, whatever, and they can look at the weather radar and see that there's a problem, you never get penalized for that. They just simply reschedule the appointment. Matter of fact, that load of orange juice me and Stefan had was supposed to deliver on Monday, and we delivered it on Thursday night. Or no, we delivered it Friday morning, and it was supposed to deliver on Monday. So we were 4 days late with a load of orange juice. We didn't get, I didn't get penalized for that. So no, as long as you communicate, that's all you have to do. You have to communicate. You have to say, hey, I'm shutting down and this is why, and this is when I think I'll be rolling again, or I don't know when I'll be rolling again, the whole 9 yards. So when I shut down, the first thing I do is I look at the weather. How long is it going to snow? How bad is it going to be? All right? So if it's going to be let's just say it's a 5 to 8 inch snowstorm, and it's supposed to stop snowing at 11 in the morning, my initial message to dispatch is, hey, I'm shutting down for snow. I hope to be rolling tomorrow by 1500. All right? It's supposed to stop snowing at 11, so that gives them 4 hours to clear a path for me to get down the road. and then I will update that if I have to. Danny, I was TNT all winter, and I had no problems. That's right. No load so hot it won't cool off in a ditch. You are correct on that. Low load is too hot that it won't cool off in a ditch. What are my favorite trucking apps? Man, I shouldn't be plugging no apps. Toll Guru and Trucker Path. Toll Guru and Trucker Path. Those are my two big ones. Yeah, my TV came in handy this winter. Yeah, my TV came in handy this winter. I was going to turn it on a little while ago. I can't find the remote. It's back here somewhere. Yes, communication is the key. And YouTube. Yeah, I did a lot of YouTube this winter. I did a lot of YouTubing. That is for sure. I didn't do that much. Like when I had Sean, I didn't do a lot of YouTubing because freight was hot and we were running. Man, when I had my brother, and look, he's my brother, right? So sleeping while my brother drives is different than sleeping while someone I really don't know is driving. I will say that. And see, I got spoiled because I had my brother and Cedric back to back. And when I got Cedric, I sat up front because I didn't know how Cedric drove. You know, he was 10, 12,000 miles in a TNT, whatever it was. And I sat up front with him for like a couple hundred miles. He drives exactly like me. I just went to bed. I slept great behind Cedric. No problems at all. None. But everybody else, I've got to get to know them. I usually don't start sleeping good with a normal student until like the end of the TNT. Suede, I saw that on your Instagram. I saw that. I did. Did TNT get moved to 60,000? What do you mean, go girl? Hey. Is that you? I can't see your picture. And I'm not sure if that's you anyhow. I heard TNT got bumped. Okay. I think we need to read it so we understand it. TNT's 50,000 miles. Yes. If you have a CDL with little to no experience and you don't do a PSD phase, you're doing 60,000 miles. If you do a PSD phase with Prime, you're going to do 50,000 once you get your seat bumped up. You're right. Bullshit. I'm gonna have a regular cigarette, guys. That vape ain't cutting it. Halo. Halo. You know what? Hey, Michelle, it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to be honest with you because what happens at 50,000? You go on a list, and then you're out for another 2 to 3 weeks anyway. So everybody's doing 60,000 anyhow. I got a Halo, you know it. So you're going to end up doing 60K anyways. It doesn't really matter. because you're going to do the 50, then get on the list, and then it takes 2 to 3 weeks. So it ends up being 60, if not 65 for some people. I know some people here recently that did over 70. Because of that new LTCL. It's that new International LT they got. So International improved their quality of truck and sold it cheap because they had to, because their ProStars were such a bomb. No one wanted to touch them. No one wanted to touch International again after ProStar. And so these LTs they're giving them away cheap to these companies, and they're actually turning out to be decent trucks. There's recalls on every truck. Junior has a video on new seat rules. Well, they listed it on the Albert. I do not believe they do any kind of tuition reimbursement at all. And it's $700 a week guaranteed for the first 40,000 miles, and it's $800 a week guaranteed after that until you get your own truck. So I'm going to get out of chat for a minute, guys, so I can go look at these seat rules, because I have them. They're in the Prime app underneath the news. Just gotta find them. So the last I can't even go back that far, guys. So the seat rules have been in effect for a while. Like for a while now. Now I have it from my fleet manager as well. He sent one last week. So I just want to go back and read it really quick, if I can find it. If I can go back that far. It was quite a while ago. Let's see what we got. Lots and lots of stuff here. And I don't even know if I have the message, to be honest with you. And I don't even think I've got it anymore. Nope. Nah, I don't even have it anymore. So, I mean, it's just, I just want to go all the way through just to be sure. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it no more. But it hasn't changed since, as far as the mileage and all that, hasn't changed since the last time they changed it that I know of. The only thing that changed recently was the permits from your home state. That is mandatory now. Yeah, June 3rd. That's exactly, Derek. Yeah, back on June 3rd. There's a Prime coming in beside me. I think this is the guy I met earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. He's a subscriber. I can be watching live. But if you come through the PSD program, TNT is 50,000 miles. If you come from another trucking school or from another trucking company with little experience and you go straight to TNT, it's 60,000 miles. That's all right. Where are you at? Ralph, I'm at Russellville. I'm at TVDC, Tyson Valley Distribution. Go make tacos. Gremlins. Hey, Gremlins is a good movie. Hey, I started watching Stranger Things for the first time. I just watched season 1 of Stranger Things over the last 3 days. Which is only like 9 episodes, but I get sleepy pretty quick when I stop. Lucas, if you do not have more than 6 months experience, yes, you have to do TNT. And that gets prorated based on your experience, okay? So the more experience you have, the less miles you have to do. But yes, if you have less than 6 months solo driving experience, you do have to do a TNT phase. Yes, Suede, good show, isn't it? I told you. I think I told everybody that. Yellowstone, good show. Yellowstone, very, very, very good show. Yes, Yellowstone is awesome. Yeah, Yellowstone's really good. It's got Kevin Costner in it and Luke Combs, the country singer. Yeah, that's a good show. That's a good one. I hope they make a season 3. Beth is the bomb. Beth is awesome. So, what do you think of? Cubs ain't clinching nothing. It'll be a while. Yeah, Stefan, I do. Yeah, I got the robe up there, right there in the corner. Yeah, I've got the robe up there, man. Hey, Yellowstone's good, man. If you guys haven't watched Yellowstone yet with Kevin Costner, y'all are missing out. I'm just telling you. And it's not that expensive, if I remember correct. Maybe 20 bucks a season, I think, on Vudu. It may even be somewhere else. I don't know if they have it on Prime or Netflix, but I bought it. Like, I bought it on Vudu. It's on Hulu? Oh, no way. I didn't know that. Why in the world did I pay for it then? That's, yeah. Yeah, Yellowstone's good stuff. The app sucks. Yeah, Stefan, I was trying to get some video downloaded off of it. It's a pain in the butt. What is it about? It's about cowboys and Indians. So season 3 is being produced with new characters. Oh, I didn't know that, Suede. That's good stuff. I wasted money then because I paid for it on Vudu, so I own it. I own seasons 1 and 2. I own seasons 1 and 2. Suede's got the hacks though. Suede's got the life hacks. She's like, I ain't got to pay for nothing. You can watch it for free. Yeah, Warped. That was pretty good stuff. He said, nobody ever fights back. Yeah, I can watch it over and over again. That's true. Yeah, Beth rocks, man. No, that bottle's over here. This is a clean bottle. No, Albert, what I do is I take an empty bottle and I pour a bunch of water in it. And then I'm using it as an ashtray. Yeah, Frosty, I did that once. A long time ago I did that. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. No, I won't drink that in the middle of the night. I do have trash I need to take out, though. I got all my trash from food today sitting in here. I need to take it out. I need to take it out. I bought cookies today, though. So I bought a dozen cookies at Subway. I got 11 left. These are all peanut butter. I bought a dozen today. I got 11 left. So I ate one today. I'll eat another one tomorrow. Turn a load around, dude. In one of your videos, you had to turn a load around due to the company getting messages about the reefer temp. Do you get paid any more for having to go back? Yes, they added mileage to that load. I believe that was a load me and Brown had, and yes, they did give me. They GPS'd me where I was when I turned around, and they gave me the extra mileage. I think they paid me another like 78 miles or something on that load. So yes, they did pay me to go back. And then they gave me detention on that load too of like, gosh, I don't remember. It was under $200, but yeah, they gave me some detention as well. So they gave me detention for yesterday. Wow, Cubs are getting destroyed, 6-1. No, we never got a flour load. We never did get a flour load. No flowers, no flowers. How many miles is Prime getting their lease drivers, and what is the pay rate? Well, Tall Dog, you get 72% of the load, so it's not a mileage rate. You just get 72% of the load, whatever the load pays. So that varies depending on what part of the country you're in and all that. But, you know, so, I mean, miles here don't matter. It's the revenue that matters. I mean, how much can you make in a week? I've had weeks where I drove 2,000 miles and made $5,000. And I've had weeks where I drove 3,000 miles and made $4,000. So I don't worry about miles as much as I worry about revenue. Don't have your glasses. Let's see. For me, Yellowstone is super, but Breaking Bad was whacked. I never watched Breaking Bad. My son did. My son told me it's awesome. Is what he was telling me. He watched it. He watched it with his mother. Yeah, that'd be a mistake you only make once, right? Stefan's on a $3,600 load to Lakeland. Nice. That's a good load, man. That's a good load. I wish I'd have got that load. There's one guy here going to Orlando. There's another one going to Tampa. I'm simply going to Johnson City. Oh. I'm taking it down. I'll see you in a few days. All right, Jason. Take care out there, man. Jason's going to be on a bus tomorrow, I think. Stinky chicken load. Hey, that last load was stinky. It was those big combo bins of chicken. It was terrible. Oh, yeah, that's right. You come the 16th. You come the week after. That's right. That's right. You come the week after. I remember. I remember now. You come the week after. All right, Christy. Have a good night. Good luck, Fatty. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, I don't have anybody next week. I had one this week, but he's in Salt Lake. It's probably a race car. Probably Race Fan 77. That's probably who that is. I tried to go get him, and they wouldn't let me. No, it was somebody else. It was Jeffrey Beecher that was up in Salt Lake this week, but they wouldn't let me have him because I didn't give him enough notice in advance that I was coming up to get him. Ralph, it's 72% of everything. 72% of line haul, 72% of fuel surcharge, 72% of extra drop pay, 72% of everything. Test out Tuesday. All right, Bones. That's good stuff, Hale, right? Percentage is the way to go. I would agree. Percentage is the way to go. Because I'm going to have... So, if I was still at the old company, I would have to drive... Oh gosh, 1,500 miles this weekend to get the revenue that I'm going to make in 780 miles. So I'm going to do half the mileage for the same revenue this weekend. It's a big difference. That's a big difference. And actually, you'd have to think about it, I have to go more than that because I'm going to burn a lot less fuel. I'm going to burn 100 gallons of fuel at the most. But the other way, going 1,500 miles at 70 miles an hour, I was getting like 6 miles of a gallon. I burned 250 gallons of fuel. Yeah, Swade and Richard are over there on mileage pay. Hang in there, Swade. Hang in there. You ain't got much longer to go. You guys will make it. Just hang in there. You can do it. How long did you be solo before being able to train? 9 months, Christian. 9 months. But there's more to it than that. Your logs have to be good. You know, your fuel mileage has to be above 7.5, I think. Which really, I mean, if anybody at Prime is getting less than 7.5 miles to the gallon, there's something wrong with your truck. Because these things are turned down. There's no reason why you should be getting less than that. How long before you can lease? You can lease right out of TNT if you want. You know? No service failures, yep. You can lease a truck here right out of TNT, right out of training, if that's what you want to do. And there are many people who do it, and many of them are successful. Some of them aren't. It just depends on the individual. It depends on the mindset. Really, it depends on the mindset, and I think a lot of it has to do with whether or not you trained with a company driver or a lease driver, because it's different. Yeah, you don't even work here. What's going on, prisoner? That's right. It's always about the mindset. You are correct. Hours of service. Oh no, I had hours of service for 3 minutes. 3 minutes ain't gonna get you. David, what do you mean living on the road isn't realistic? You gotta elaborate just a little bit so I kind of understand what you're asking. So changes coming in February are for trainers. So the feds are stepping in and saying, starting in, I guess, February, you have to have, I believe, a minimum of 2 years over the road. Now, I'm going off of memory here, right? So it could be different than this. But my understanding is, so make sure I word this properly so I don't get a bunch of hate mail. But my understanding is, I believe it's February or March of next year, you have to have 2 years over the road experience in order to be a trainer of other drivers. Dan, it definitely is by location of the country. It's definitely by where you're at in the country. So, if you are in Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, you're going to get a much better rate, freight rate, than if you're in Florida. right? Or North Carolina, or South Carolina, or Georgia. I would tell you, North Carolina sucks leaving. Florida sucks leaving. Anything in the Northeast sucks leaving, all right? I mean, bad sucks, all right? Not just a little bit, I mean a lot. So you have to make sure, like, so if I'm going to go to Pennsylvania, or if I'm going to go to Massachusetts or Connecticut or Maine, I'm making sure I'm getting paid, all right? And when I go to those areas, if I'm going to New York or I'm going to Massachusetts, Connecticut, or Florida's a little different. But if I'm going into the Northeast, I'm looking for $2.50 or more a mile, period. All right, that's what I'm looking for. Now, I will take loads for a little bit less, depending on where they go, if there's not that much of a headache or that many tolls. But $2.50 is what I'm looking for. Now, if I'm going to Florida, because there's no tolls in Florida, I'm looking for $2 a mile. Because I'm going to get $1 leaving, so it's going to average out at $1.50. I'm okay with that. I can make money on that. Hello, Miss Harmony. Daniel, it's not over yet, and so far I've lost 13 pounds. It's technically a 13-week program. Like I said, I'm kind of doing my own thing. Oh yeah, Hale, you're right, the Turnpike. Yeah, the Turnpike's got some tolls. They're just not very high. And they're avoidable. So, my box, I don't know if David's asking for my P.O. box or not. CL, it's that THC juice, man. Oh, nice. Down 30. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, the vaping deal is the THC juices, all right? THC, the same thing found in marijuana. There's some juices out there that have it in it. And they're saying stay away from it. I mean, you can't use it as a home address, Go Girl, but you can use it for like mail and everything. I get everything sent there. I get stuff there sent all the time. It's 2740 North Mayfair Avenue, Box H, as in hotel, 291. And it's 65803 is the zip. Springfield, Missouri, 65803. Correct. Prisoner's right, guys. Just stay away from that CBD and that, the THC and all that crap. Just stay away from it altogether. There's just not enough regulations yet to keep it right. Ryan, you talking about over in Wilkesboro? Yeah, I sat there for 18 hours. David, you have to for your driver's license. DOT the feds require you to have a physical address in order to get a CDL now. And that has to do with Homeland Security. That has to do with laws passed after 9/11. I know, but I will have a real address for IRS. How about my license? Yes, you cannot use the Prime building address for your license. So I'm saying I gotta be careful how I word this. Like there's a lot of different ways you can get around it. So like you can rent a room from somebody, right? All they have to do is sign a piece of paper, get it notarized, saying that you live at their house. Bam. That's the same as a lease agreement. Well, blood pressure was up last time. Yeah, blood pressure, man, that's an issue for a lot of people. Yeah, the Real ID Act 2020, correct. Like, so mine expires next year. So I've got to get mine renewed. Yeah, Albert, look, blood pressure is not an issue if you're taking medication for it. Just remember, if you're taking medication, you're going to get a 1-year physical instead, or 1-year DOT physical instead of a 2. All right, so I get a 1 year every year. So in January, I go get another physical already, even though I just had one in January. Russellville, Arkansas. Russellville, Arkansas. There is a TWIC office at Prime. You have to apply for your TWIC card before you can go solo. So before you are done with training, you have to at least have applied for your TWIC card. And they have an office at Prime, TWIC does. They have a TWIC office at Prime that after you pass your CDL exam, they usually send you to TWIC. Now, if you are in Pittston or Salt Lake, I don't know how it works. I'm just going to be honest with you. But in Springfield, you can apply right there at Prime. They have a TWIC office. They are connected to the servers, and they have an office there. And what happens is Prime pays for your TWIC card up front with a credit card, with Uncle Rob's credit card. So Uncle Rob's going to pay for it, and they're going to bill you $62.50 a week for 2 weeks, your first 2 weeks of TNT, and take it back. There you go, Bones. I'm not tweaking, but I'm a twicking. How's that? Something like that? No tweaking allowed, only twicking? Do I know the hazmat limits? No, look, I'll be honest, I do not. I do not know the limits that require placards. I can look it up real quick, though. But no, I do not know the limits. You're born in Germany? Oh. Sorry, guys. Yeah, TWIC's easy. TWIC's easy, guys. I mean, TWIC's not that hard to get. All they do is fingerprint you. They're just looking to make sure that you're not a mobster or a terrorist. That's pretty much it. That's all they're looking for. I've been hauling paint from PPG, Ohio to Illinois. I've hauled some paint and stuff. It didn't require placards. Some of them Walmart loads we carry have different chemicals in them, but it's never enough that we have to have hazmat. Now, we do haul some hazmat loads for Walmart, but not many. Oh, it's not on the down low, Steve. I'm doing it right out in the open. I've smoked 2-3 tonight. There's no down low. There's no down low about it. What's going on, Matthew? Yeah, but I am smoking, yes. Yeah, I am smoking. Speaking of, I actually worked on this vape today. So it might have been Kelly. Someone brought up the O-ring the other day. So I went ahead and replaced the O-ring in this today. And then put a new coil in it. And all that. And it seems to be doing okay. It's not leaking anymore. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Well, a prisoner, that would be tough, man. See, Bones smoked a few CDL school. Yeah, it happens. All right, Debbie, have a good night, dear. Oh, be safe. Yeah, 600's a lot. Get some rest. You're going to need it. Hammer down tomorrow is your big 62. You might be able to get 600 done that way. Yeah, I need to smoke a cigarette because the vape's just making me cough. Because it's harsh on my throat again because I haven't been vaping. I did really good. I did really good. I went a long time without a cigarette. I'll just be honest with you, I did. I went a long time without a cigarette. Yeah, I went, this truck had 30,000 miles in it without me smoking in it. Now, no more. Understudy room. Yeah, old Marlboro Red. To have a CDL for 2 years in order to be in the TPR registry. Heavy metal, that's good to know. That's good to know, man. Here too, nice. Coming from where you are, you probably get up to 70 a couple times. Oh, I've spent a lot. I mean, just the other day I spent $83 on coils, juice, everything for this one. And then turned around and bought a $50 carton of cigarettes. It just is what it is. No doubt about it. Yeah. I walked. I was parked at campus. I walked all the way over to Walmart and the vape store. Went in, spent $80 and went to Walmart, went shopping and walked back to campus. And then left out of there and bought a carton of cigarettes. Cubs lost 7-1. That was terrible. Yeah, I bought a whole carton. Oh yeah. Yeah, I bought a whole carton. I bought it how many days ago? I bought it 3 days ago. All right, Matt, have a good night. Yeah, Kelly spends 100 to 150 a week. Holy crap, that's a lot. See, hell, you are right about that. I don't know though, man, because they still don't taste great to me when I'm smoking right now. You know, you get used to that sweet taste of the juice. It's Tulsa. What's going on, Tulsa? How you doing, man? You get paired up with a specific trainer as to if you want flatbed or reefer. Do you have a separate class? Dan, usually you'll get, like, if you're flatbed, you'll get a flatbed trainer. So, a couple stops down in Portland. Fell off the wagon 2 packs a day. There you go. What's going on, Mr. Tulsa? I think Tulsa's starting to go stir crazy. He mows his grass like 4 times a week right now. I have not done any flatbed driving. All right, Michelle. Have a good night. Oh, Kelly's gonna stop and take a break. 3 times a week. the ugly OU truck. Old Chad's truck. If those of you have not seen it, Chad Rich's Oklahoma truck came in. He put pictures up on Instagram. And all in all, the reality of it is, it's a really pretty truck. It came out really, really well. I'm actually shocked at how good it looks. He's gonna malfunction in a minute. There you go. So Chad's truck, new truck, is absolutely beautiful. It's ready to be picked up. I did not ask him when he's coming to get it, but I would imagine he'd be on his way to get it here shortly, within the next week or so, if not already. He's pretty excited. I know he's heading to Macon, Georgia. It's not a Florida truck, so it's ugly. And we do have a Gator truck here. We do have a Florida Gator truck here. I seen it recently when I was at the yard. So it was funny because he was driving by and I was doing the Gator stomp, the Gator chomp, and then doing the thumbs down. Macon, Georgia drop, then to Springfield. Yeah, hell, he's doing something like that. Yeah, he is going to do some home time. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Kelly, I know where he's at. I talked to him. I know exactly where he's at. He's in the Mount Eagle area. We'll just say that. How'll Jerry say that? He's going down backwards with no brakes or something? Bears new kicker. I wouldn't know about the Bears. My brother would, though. We got a pretty Bears truck here, too. I sent my brother a couple pictures of it. There was a Chicago Bears truck, Salt Lake City. Let that happen. There was a Chicago Bears truck up in Salt Lake City when I was there. So I took pictures of it and sent it to my brother because he's a big Bears fan. He was like, "Is that your truck?" "I hope so. It's cool." And I was like, "No, not mine. Not mine." Not mine, not mine. We have a couple Alabama trucks. Chad's Oklahoma truck is the second one that I've seen here. There's another one. It doesn't look like Chad's, though. I've seen the Steelers truck. So I've seen most. I've been here a couple of years now, so at some point I've either passed them or seen them at a customer at the yard or something. There's a couple Patriots trucks. There's a lot of Raiders trucks. I always forget about the U-bolts, nuts, and anchor. Yes. There's. I've seen 2 different Harley trucks. They're black and orange, have the Harley Davidson on them. I've seen those. We have a lot of patriotic trucks. I posted on my Instagram the winner of this year's Pride and Polish. It was a Marine truck, United States Marine Corps truck. And he really spent some time on that truck getting it ready. It was really pretty. He even had his dress uniform laid out on his bed from when he was in the Corps. He spent a lot of time on it. He did a good job on it. He won judge's pick and the public pick. So he did really, really well. It was a good looking truck. I will tell you, after being in the area and seeing the Pride and Polish and the Truck Driver Championship, I will be more prepared next year to tackle the events of the picnic. I'll tell you right now, people go all out. People go all out, that's for sure, for both the Pride and Polish and then that Truck Driver Championship. I was talking to people, they said they'd been training for that championship for 2 days on the pad driving around. I was like, oh, wow. I'm just jumping in the truck and driving. I'll be a little more prepared next year. Because people came ready. They definitely came ready. That's for sure. Yeah, see, Kelly's been a week getting his ready for the truck show in Dallas. Kelly, I may do that. I may come to GATS next year down there in Dallas. We'll see. I'll either go to that one or I'll go to the one in Kentucky. How bad are the Carolinas? CL, I don't know. I left yesterday. Emily's there now. And she was in here earlier and she wasn't really saying anything about it. And she's over towards the east side of North Carolina. And she didn't mention in chat anything real bad about it. Matt's is a lot bigger. Yeah, I may go to the one in Kentucky. That's the Matt's, right? I may go to Matt's. So I'm not real sure how bad the Carolinas are right now. I would imagine on the coast it's pretty rough. Yeah, so I would imagine up and down the coast it's pretty rough, but I'm happy to be over here. Now, like I said, I'm going back into Tennessee. I'm going to Johnson City for Monday morning. I'm going to deliver Johnson City Monday morning. Yeah, they do that every year, Dan. Yeah, they do that every year. This year, they had some really good food at both the Truck Driver Championship, Pride and Polish, and then the picnic. So the picnic, they had 1,500 pounds of crab legs. The wait for crab legs was like 40 minutes. My Swift 4-axle. Hell, I hope so. All right, Tulsa, man, be safe. Enjoy the golf game, man. Yeah, hell, I hope to make it. I hope to get out of here in the morning. My load's supposed to be ready between midnight tonight and midnight tomorrow night. Anytime in between. They're doing air rescues. It doesn't surprise me. Right along the coast, I bet you it's pretty rough. It was a pretty major storm. Be a lot of building materials. Yeah, it'd be nice to see my son. It'd be nice to go grab dinner tomorrow. He probably has to work though. I'll have to find out. But even usually when he works, he gets off at like 9 o'clock. So there's still plenty of time on the weekend, on a Saturday night, for him to come grab me and go to Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse or something, grab a dinner. Yeah, flatbed's gonna have some building materials to move. That's for sure. It'll be a little bit to do. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting tired. So I hope y'all have a good night. Be safe out there. If you're over on the East Coast, pay attention to what's going on around you. Keep yourself out of harm's way. That storm is not over yet. It's not. It's not. Always have a good night and be safe. And maybe some of you I might just see out here on the highway. All right, man. Talk to y'all soon.